GloryDaze, the best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Merlin Car Auctions, with 2 car auctions weekly, Tuesday and Friday mornings at 10:30. See merlin.ie.
Right, now you're rolling. Now you can say what you want and nobody can stop you.
There you go now, look at that. Yes, we're back in it. Oh, Friday has turned around. I have a complaint to make about myself. I'm very unhappy with myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am, yeah. I've you know, everybody is, I've been going through the drama of my daily life, one catastrophe after another.
That is the beauty of you, though. Like, it is literally that just your daily life.
Yeah.
It's
the drama, man.
You are a magnet.
It is drama. Like, honestly, God, you know the way people, like, you know, you be out trying to meet women and all sometimes, and they always say, I just want a life with no drama, like just drama free.
Do they? I thought they wanted a life of excitement and adventure.
No, it's sort of got. Well, I don't know. They don't put that in their profiles anyway. They be writing drama, just no drama, you know.
Oh, right.
And I can never provide that. All I can do is provide drama, you know.
Yeah. Because drama and baggage.
A lot of baggage, yeah. A lot of baggage.
It's unusual.
Emotional turmoil.
Unusual for you to have a lot of baggage. You're like, literally, you're, on the one hand, you're a man with no baggage because you would literally bring a knife, a fork, a spoon.
No physical baggage. And no bag on a holiday or anything. I just walk, I have jocks in my pocket, yeah.
Yeah, baggage is the thing that you have least of.
Yes.
In the physical form.
In the physical sense.
Yes.
Emotional baggage? Fucking tons of it. Tons.
Yes.
Yeah, tons of it.
A lot to get through there. Yeah. You'd put it this way: if there was a check-in at the airport for emotional baggage, he would be going to the unusually shaped objects.
You have to go to the oversized baggage cart over there, where the men will help you wrap it in styrofoam so it doesn't hurt anyone else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, there'll be loads of that. Yeah. But you know, what was I going to say? Yes, so my new drama, right? You know, we all know about the drama of Nepal and trying to get home, and Jim having to be forced to work without me and everything like that.
Yes.
I know it's probably very difficult when he doesn't have me to help lift the load.
That's it.
And we all know about that. But since I came back from Nepal, I've had a snotty nose for a month now. It's a month.
Yeah.
It's a month tomorrow. I'm getting pissed off at this now. A month. Why is that? And here's the thing I've realised about having a congested nose, right? You can't smell your food, right?
Yeah.
You can't smell.
And that ruins your taste, actually.
Ruins your taste, so it does ruin your food experience, right? And you can't smell, just laundry or anything. You can't smell these things, but you can still smell shite. And I don't understand how there's like a filter in your face that lets awful smells in. Why is that? You can still smell shite.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You can't smell perfume.
You can't get good smells.
You can smell poo.
But you still get bad smells. Like, there was a fella, I don't know who's doing it, right? But there's a person in here, and I don't know, when they go to the toilet, they leave an impression.
I have my suspects.
Yeah, they leave an impression.
Because it tends to happen on certain days.
And you have to,
not everybody's in every day.
We caught Jim the other day, right? And it's not him, by the way. We caught Jim the other day washing his hands, but having to hold the door open with his foot as he washed his hands because the stench around him was so bad.
I literally couldn't breathe.
Yeah, and we all know
breathe.
Jim. Now, so there you go. And we all know Jim smells as fresh as a field of fresh raspberries every day. And you couldn't smell him, but you could smell the shite, clear as day. Yeah. And I always wonder, what is that? Like, how can congestion let in the bad stuff? Is it some sort of survival instinct or something?
Maybe
like,
that's it. Yeah.
You can smell fart. You can smell shite. You can smell burning. You can,
Maybe that's it. It's a warning system, an early warning system for your nasal.
So it's
cavity.
Like, I know you're blocked up, but listen, this could kill you. So leg it, you know.
That would raise the question about our Friday feature a bit earlier on when
the sausages.
You opened a packet of sausages and you went, "Lamb of Jesus."
Well, lamb of mother and G. There was a whole clove of garlic in every one of them sausages, wasn't there? I mean, that was the thing.
Like, I was a good 3 or 4 feet away from you, and I got a bang of it. Like,
Jim never touched them or anything, and then he couldn't get smell off his hands. How the fuck does that? He didn't touch them.
I literally didn't pick anything up.
Yeah.
All I do, anyway, look, I don't know how it happened, but it was bizarre because now I got this sort of light garlic smell off my fingers, and I literally didn't touch any of the food.
It's crazy. It's not fair. It's
mad.
not fair. And so now I'm wondering what to do. Like, I've tried the Sudafed spray. Is this Sudafed? And then they say if you use that for like 4 days, you're addicted to it, and it makes the problem worse. So I'm obviously chronically addicted to nasal spray now. After a month. And I don't know what else to do. And then my chest and all. And Jim keeps doing this thing. Jim's such a fucking know-all, Jim keeps saying, would you not go to a doctor, though? Talk to a professional.
I'm going to defend myself here, right? Because we have this thing, right? You probably know about these things, people of the internet and everything, that you can get, like, obviously online doctors now. And not only that, you can get online prescriptions, so you don't even have to see a doctor. If you know it's something kind of like sinus infection, chest infection, ear infection, whatever, you can go on and you can get these, you can do these scripts, and you don't have to see a doctor, and they'll, you give them details of your thing and they'll prescribe, right?
Yeah.
And so, we've a couple of them at our disposal or whatever. And I said to PJ, did you get the antibiotics? And he goes, no, I didn't get them.
No.
All right, okay. And you're wondering why it's still ongoing, are you?
Yeah.
What can I do? Well, I'll tell you what you could do. If you could go to a doctor, yes, you could go to a doctor, or you could get yourself some antibiotics using the thing. Yeah, but what can I do, Jim?
Yeah, because what can I do?
You could do something.
All right, so I have to go onto the internet now, right, and talk to a fake doctor. I have to tell him I can still smell shite, but nothing else. And then there's a prescription for that, isn't there? I'm sorry, but that's a face-to-face conversation. I'm sorry, that's a face-to-face.
Are you worried that you don't know what it is?
I don't know what it is.
You've decided it's not just a sinus infection or a whatever, I don't know.
No, because it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, doctor, I can only smell shite. Well, he would go, and then it's like, why are you doing that? Or I don't mean to do it. And you end up in this conversation. So I don't know. And also, I don't buy it. It just sounds like the doctor's conspiracy, right? Human beings have been on the earth for probably 200,000 years. Near enough 200,000 years. Near enough to us, right? I think it's 100, whatever. Doesn't matter, right? And not in all of humanity, it is not possible that back then, for 195,900 years,
right,
that once you got a blocked nose, you had it for the rest of your fucking life.
No, that is true.
Right? It has to wear off eventually, right?
It did. When you died at the age of about 22.
Oh my God.
As a Neanderthal.
Imagine he died of a blocked nose. How did he? Why?
Yeah, because I don't know, he just went off his food all of a sudden.
Yeah.
He could only smell shite, and he thought, what's the point in living?
What's the point?
Topped himself.
I'm just walking around hoping someone farts so I can feel something.
You see, because that is the thing. You could go. That's if you'd have decided right now I'm going hardcore, because you do get those people, right, who say no, all this, too many chemicals and too many medicines and too many things, and I'm going to go hardcore and just going to let the body heal itself.
Yeah.
Now I would understand if you were doing that, but you're not. You're doing the kind of like, I feel terrible. I don't want to feel terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm just. I'm not going to be proactive enough to go to somebody who might be able to help me.
I'd rather feel like this to talk to a doctor. I don't even know if it's a real person or an AI generated machine.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. I can't do that. I don't do.
You did it before. Did you not do it before?
That was different. I knew how to describe it. What was that for again?
I can't remember what was wrong with you.
I can't remember.
It's
either.
hard to keep up.
Yeah, ears was a pain. Ears are pain. A pain in the ears was pain in the face. Jesus Christ! Poor old Jim is a pain in his hole listening to it for the last month.
Yeah, and I've checked. There's no fucking medication for that.
Yeah. Can imagine. Can have a pain in me hole. Imagine saying that to a doctor. And he go, what you mean? Pain in me, like in me hole. He'd be there, in your hoop. You'd be there, not in the hoop, more a metaphorical hoop.
Yeah. It's an emotional pain in me hole. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's like more of a stress in me hole. Does that make sense?
Like it is physical too. Like when I see, every so often it puckers up. But mostly I think that's from stress.
Oh, well. And come here, listen. What about why don't you go the route of an aromatherapist?
Oh my God!
Or something like that. You know what I mean? Or why don't you? I know. You know what we should have done, right? We should have. In fact, if you still have this on Monday when you come in, I'm going to go full on, right? I'm going to go with the wisdom of crowds. I'm going to put it out there, and we're going to make you try all of those mad remedies that people used to have.
Yeah.
So these things of sellotape and onion to your foot, right? No.
Oh,
gonna make you do them.
All those
till
things.
It clears it up.
Yeah. You have to pluck a hair out of your arse and wrap it in a sock with a potato, and then you dig a hole in the garden and you put it in there with a picture of your father.
Yeah.
And you come back in a week and you eat the potato. And then after that you're grand.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and you're like grand. Yeah,
that's great. I tell you, we're going to do that, or some remedy like that.
We should do that.
The more extreme, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should start doing that on the show. We should take people's problems.
Yeah.
And then start they'd call and say, I have a pain in my ribs there, or I had an artificial knee put in.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be weird if it was in your ribs, but I had an artificial knee put in. And
that could be where your problem is. You had a knee put into your ribs.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, fucking ages. You got the wrong part off Alibaba.com. And then you go, and they'll ask us what to do, and we do that. We'll go, right, so what you need to do is you need to get both your fingers, pull out a load, as much earwax as you can, right? And you put it into your pocket. And you get those jeans then, and you dig a hole. And you put the jeans in the hole, right? Yeah. And then you have a piss on it. Yeah. And then you come back 3 days later, dig them all up, put the jeans on, wear them for a week, and you'll be grand.
Or else, the other thing we could do, we could. I mean, there might be a few quid in this for us. We could become faith healers.
Yeah, well, that's the same sort of thing.
No,
yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. No,
yeah.
but we could. No, but at least in this one, it could be. Look, if you cross me palm with 50 quid,
yeah,
okay, this is what I'll do for you. And we could, there could be a laying on of hands. In fact, you wouldn't even need that, because don't the evangelists in America now, they do it through the screen.
Through the screen and all now,
so we could get that. Touch your radio now, or your phone if you're listening on the app, and we'll send healing vibes.
Yeah.
Once we've received your payment.
Imagine.
To the following address.
Yeah, so if you have a pain in your hoop, you said, right, I want you to sit on your Alexa, and we're going to make...
That was in that what you call it movie, and it was about getting your woman to have an orgasm, wasn't it?
Oh, Howard Stern.
It
was body parts or whatever it was called. Yeah,
yeah.
But we wouldn't be doing it for dirty reasons. We'd be trying to fix.
We'd be healing people.
Yeah, we'd try to fix someone's hole.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's medical.
Yeah. Maybe we wouldn't do that noise, and that is like Howard Stern. That is dirty. We'd have to just sing a song up it instead.
Sing a song up your hoop.
Yeah, sing a song up your hoop. A song for your hoop. There's the song. That's what we'll do. Songs.
Yeah. Forget all this song for Europe. A song for your hoop.
Yeah, PJ and Jim bring you songs for your hoop. Sit on the speaker and give your bottom a lift. A song.
Yeah. I was trying to think of what an appropriate hoop song might be.
Yeah. Hole in the moon.
Yeah.
Hole in the moon.
That's true.
This hoop was made for walking. And that's just what it'll do. One of these days, this hoop is going.
Or that James song. Oh, sit down.
Sit down. Sit down next to me. Yeah, there's loads of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Songs for the hoop generation.
Songs for the
I love it.
generation hoop.
We're open to any sort of, particularly any sort of like side hustle, little money making kind of quick get rich quick scheme that we can find. So if songs for your hoop becomes a thing, just remember we have the copyright on it, right?
Imagine that was what you became known for. I think the two lads that have made songs for artists, the two of them fellas. Yeah, what did they ever do before or after that? I don't know actually.
Yeah. They had that. Yeah, the one shot in the sun.
Yeah,
have you ever encountered a faith healer?
Only with the story I've told you about my father.
But wasn't there a famous? Not famous, but there was a sort of a time, wasn't there? It's gone back a lot of years. We'd have been young, but there was a time when there was like a smattering of them around Dublin.
Yeah, there was.
And people would go to them, like as in, like a bleeding pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Like they'd all show up at, I don't know, a mad place, like fucking, I don't know, a corner of 2 streets or something or whatever, and your man would be there, or sitting in a field somewhere, or...
Yeah, a place called 6 Mile Corner or something like that. Yeah. And they'd meet them there, and that was it. The only story I have is the one I've told you multiple times about my father. He got the wart on his hand.
Right.
And he tried everything. The GP iced it and all the, the creams and all that shit. And then someone says to him, there's a faith healer. You should give him a ring. And he was like, oh, would you fuck off? I'm not doing that ridiculous shit, Yeah. And he eventually he says, oh, look, because they kept at him. He goes, I'll just do it just to shut them up, right? So he rings. And your man goes, come here. You don't even have to come into me, he goes. So put your hand down on a piece of paper and you trace the... I'm going to have to fix the microphone. And he goes, you trace your hand, like, the way kids draw their hands.
Yeah.
Put an X on the drawing where the wart is, wrap it up in 50 quid and post it to me. I'll take it from there, he said.
Oh, my
right?
Jesus.
And he did it, right? He wrapped it up and he put it in. A week later, man, the wart, and he had the wart years, right?
Yeah.
The wart started to unravel itself.
Good God.
And within a month, it was gone, completely gone.
Wow.
And he spent the next month after that walking around telling him, look at this, it's unbelievable. Do you remember the wart I had here and all that? And it was there, we couldn't get rid of it, everything. This, I can't believe it. I sent him 50 quid. Unreal, right?
Yeah.
Then he gets a letter in the post one day and he opens it up. And there was the drawing of his hand and the 50 quid still in it. And your man says, sorry, I was sick the last couple of months there. I never got around to this, so here's your money back.
Brilliant. The placebo effect.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He placeboed it off his hands, yeah.
You see, look at that. There it is. If ever that's a sign.
It is, isn't it?
That's a sign we could do this.
And we could do it, yeah.
Because literally, it would be money for nothing.
I know. So if
we hadn't done that and it cleared up by itself, you're welcome.
I mean, that's it. People, we just say to someone's ringing, I have a pain in me hole. We go, draw a picture of yourself, put an X where your hole is.
Yeah, because we'd never be able to work it out, depending on what sort of a drawing you send.
Put an X where your hole is, wrap it up with £100, send it to me and Jim. Actually, do better. Take a picture.
Oh my God. Can you imagine that? Imagine your Instagram feed was just full of pictures of people's holes going, yeah come here, it's that bit there. It's so.
Yeah, just WhatsApp us a picture of you in the nip and put an X where the problem is. A Revolut was £100 and we'll take it from there. It'll be no problem. You'll be sorted in an hour.
Yeah.
We'll sort you out. It'll be grand, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And sure, look, if that doesn't work, sure, then we'll sing a song, a hoop song.
We will. We'll do a hoop song at midnight every night. Jubilee Jimmy and his ridiculous friend. Bring it, healing the nation.
We'd need like faith healer names. We'd need proper.
We would, we would, yeah.
Or do they have? Yeah. I mean, well, we could. Reverend something, maybe. No, that's probably a bit too much, is it?
I don't know. Jubilee Jim of the Seven Serpents of Assisi. Something like that.
You'd be all seven, would you?
Yeah. I'd be all seven. Healing the hoops of Ireland. One arse at a time.
GloryDaze, the best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim.
With Merlin Car Auctions. Save thousands when you buy your next car at trade prices with merlincarauctions.ie. Radio Nova.
What's wrong?
I had a thing lined up for you. Oh no, now I'm going to have to hunt it down.
What's wrong?
We're going to have to talk about something else. I had this thing I wanted to bring to you, right? I think finally psychiatrists may have cracked something for us.
Oh no.
And it's not that, I had it on my phone ready to go, and then I literally, as soon as I put my phone back on.
How did you do that? You lost it.
It lost it. Oh, nightmare. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it, but all I'm saying is I'm going to find it again, and I think, well, there could be potentially good news in there.
Yeah, okay.
For the previously unclassifiable PJ Gallagher.
Unclassifiable. Well, I'll tell you something. Don't get your what about people who like I was going to make the weirdest link of all time, but I'm just going to change tact completely, right?
Right.
I was going to say, what about people who put carpeting on their wall? But that's not what I'm talking about.
You mean sound engineers?
No, I'm talking about oddballs, because apparently, right? Apparently,
well, I mean, what? Surely that was the most obvious thing in the world. I was literally talking about you, and you were talking about oddballs. Come on.
Okay, true enough. Now it's all. You see, this is why he's an expert. This is why he's the king of the game. He can make anything make sense. But apparently, tapestry is coming back. Tapestry. As a nice thing, considered a nice thing in interior design in the home. Tapestry is back. Once a time,
putting your rug on your wall.
Listen. This is the point I was trying to make so badly. If you have to hoover your walls, your house is in desperate need of a redo.
Hoovering your walls, you say?
Yeah.
I tell you what you need. You need the Dyson 700 wall hoover.
See, he knows the model. He knows the exact tool for the job. That's what you get with Dyson enthusiasts.
Probably doesn't exist yet, but I guarantee, give them time, they'll invent it.
So
seriously, tapestry. Like from the medieval times.
Exactly. Tapestry from like that. So basically what you would have seen in the Middle Ages hanging on a wall, gone normally because we don't have, slaves and stuff to take care of these things, or peasants or whatever. We all sort of have to look after our own houses and realise it was a ridiculous thing to have. But tapestry is coming back, if you want to tell the story, I suppose, in cloth of your family or something. I don't know. Is that what you would do with tapestry?
I was just going to say, so it's not even just like a nice design like on a rug. It's a tapestry has to tell a story, does it?
Well, fancy ones too.
Your tapestry would be mad. That'd be an amazing tapestry.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
I bet you, I tell you, whoever makes tapestries, I bet you never made one for your lot.
There'd be a lot of flames. There'd be lots of flames.
There'd be a lot of depictions of people running around screaming, all right.
Yeah.
That'd be a big one.
This is the story of my life. This is in tapestry, the story. This is my storytelling piece and centrepiece of the home.
That would be incredible.
And it's just like lots of fire, Jim McCabe crying through the ages.
Yes, who's that? There seems to be a bald man in the corner there.
Yes.
In a bad way.
Yes.
Yeah. He's around a lot.
That's at the end he's crying, but if you look at him here at the start, he looks quite well. And as it goes through,
does that mean then our next thing is that we're going to have I don't know. Return to do you eat on a sword or something or what? Like what? How far back? What do you bring back? For,
I know, yeah.
From
Call around to
quills.
Exactly. Call around to Jim's house and says, you wouldn't have a goblet of tea there by any chance, would you?
I'm after running out.
I'm after running out with a goblet of tea there, or yeah. If you have a sword of cocktail sausages.
The idea of it. Well, I was just going to say the idea of a medieval banquet. Ripping a chicken leg and munching on it. That does sound kind of good.
Imagine that. Someone asking your friends around for dinner.
Shouting for a wine wench.
Yeah. That'd be it.
That'll go down well, wouldn't it?
Little boy to arrive.
Who are you calling a wine wench?
Yeah.
Sorry, love.
Yeah. That's what you want, isn't it? Invite all your friends around to dinner and you're there in a huge rug and a crown. Sitting at the end of the table.
In front of your tapestry.
Yeah. Sit down. I want to tell you the story of my life.
Yeah. Have you no knives and forks? What are you talking about?
Knives
Use a dagger, like the rest of us.
Use a dagger and eat with your face. Face of the plate like a wild dog, please. So we do in my house.
You'd have to lean fully into it then. Will you be having some mead? I was kind of. Have you a Coke Zero?
Yeah.
What is this language you speak of? Mead, man.
Mead. Yes. I was just trying to think of something. Mead. You drink it with your boar.
Yeah.
A boar.
Who are you calling a boar?
It's sausages, man. But yeah, that's the thing. So people are going back. Apparently, there's these 20-year cycles. Like every 20 years, something from the past comes back around, and they get into it again.
Yeah.
So I suppose you don't have to quite go back to tapestry and nonsense and, having slaves and wenches and everything. You can just go back to the 80s where it's a carpeted toilet and a pink bath or doilies and those things like that,
I think I'd rather go back to the tapestries, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd actually rather be a wench myself than have a carpet in the jacks again.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
Now, as promised, what does your cutlery drawer say about you?
Well, a lot.
I tell you something.
Well, a lot.
We really get to the hard-hitting stuff.
I'm telling you.
I know fuel prices are through the roof and everything, and there's all sorts going on, but come on. You got to get to the really, the nitty-gritty. What does your cutlery drawer say about you?
Yeah. So what way are you laying out your cutlery drawer? If you have a guest in your cutlery house, or your house that holds your cutlery, probably
Either
the same
way.
place you live.
Yeah.
If you have somebody come into that house and you open your cutlery drawer, are you proud of it? Are you proud of yourself? Are you? When you look at it, are you proud of yourself? Is there something you can stand over and not be embarrassed about? Because I'm not sure. Really? I'm not sure. They've done a survey to ask people how and where or what order at least, they store their cutlery in the cutlery drawer. And I have to say, I'm very shocked.
Really?
I am absolutely.
I assume it means that the survey findings don't fit with your personal view.
Yes, with the right view, yeah.
Obviously.
Some people are just completely incorrect in how they do it.
Right.
Maybe we should first go with how Jim McCabe stores his cutlery. Left to right, please, Jim, in your own time. Thank you very much.
Left to right.
Yes, left to
okay.
right, in your own time. And please include all pieces of cutlery if there is horizontals or anything.
Okay, I have to remember it. Right, so it'd be on the left, spoons.
Yes.
Followed by forks.
Yes.
Followed by knives.
Yes.
Okay, and then the long bit that sort of the bit that's too long.
The horizontal piece at the bottom,
is the sort of rubbishy bit for things that are too long that don't fit anywhere else, right?
Yes.
And then the bit at the bottom is spoons. As in dessert spoons.
Okay, dessert spoons. Unfortunately, that's the wrong place. But that's okay.
That's the wrong place.
Yes, that's what it should be where you put your teaspoons, I would imagine.
Right.
And of course, I know what I'm talking about. But I have to say, I'm shocked and appalled at your normality on this subject. You are up there with 23% of the people, which, considering the amount of options, is almost the complete majority. So fair play to you, Jim McKay.
Really?
On not being a weirdo.
Man of the people.
Yes.
When it comes to cutlery.
Yep. For once in your life, you haven't been a weirdo. And I think you should be congratulated for it.
Right.
But when I
assume that means that's the way you do it as well, is it?
Yes.
Except obviously I've put me small spoons in the wrong place.
You're putting your spoons, yeah.
Right.
Well, I think who puts small spoons next to the long knife?
Yeah. Do you know something? I'm going to concede that I think you're right.
Really?
I think you're right. I think I'm going to go home and change it. I think I'm going to go and put me soup spoons and dessert spoons on the extreme left and move the teaspoons down to the bottom.
See, I think that's a good...
Because you've made a good argument.
I do think it's the correct way. I do. Yeah. I think it's the correct way. But then when you look that there's absolute screwballs out there, people who, honestly, these are people that get to vote. And I'm serious about this. People who have driving licences and children and have dog licences. These are people responsibly responsible adults. And they go, Mike, it's hard to say. Knife. What comes after knife?
Fork.
No. It should do, yeah. Knife, spoon, fork.
That's...
Knife,
My
spoon,
God.
fork, they do.
Who does that?
Yeah. And then they have an assorted place where they put random objects in, like a whisk end and a wooden spoon and a spare knife. And
Right.
I mean, if you're one of those people and you're wondering about why your life isn't going the way you want, I'll tell you why. You're a chaotic
Where's your
dramatist.
spoons? If you're putting your spoons in between your knives and forks, what do you think's going to happen?
You've no order.
You've got danger and everything written all over it.
You've no order. You're a head case. You're unpredictable. Nobody wants to be around people who are unpredictable.
Right.
Sort yourself out.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that, you're borderline there, right, with people who put their knives and forks in not all facing the right way. In the same direction.
Oh, yeah. Where the bottom...
Prong up and prong down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Where your bottoms will be meeting your tops.
Yeah.
If your bottoms are meeting your tops,
There's
you need
trouble
to
ahead. There's trouble ahead.
Very much trouble ahead. And you would think that's the worst. You would think that's like the absolute shambles of a person.
Right.
But unbelievably, 8% say, "Oh, I don't keep them in any order." So what you do then? You just open a drawer and throw them in, is it? Just open a drawer and throw them in, is it? And they roll around, with old remote controls and wires from phones. Is that what you do? Is that what you do? Maybe your dad's spare wig is in there. Is that what you do? The dog lead is probably in there as well, is it? Mixed in with medication and flea powders, and it's just rolling around. Your knife and fork are rolling around randomly inside there.
Unreal.
And then
What
you go
about
out and
this
act like a normal person. You should be given a wedgie in a public
What
place.
about this from Ballymun John? He thinks that our cutlery trays are upside down.
Oh God, go on, tell me what's he doing?
So he thinks that it should be that the bit, the bit we're referring to was at the bottom.
Yeah,
should be at the top. He says.
How would you reach it then, you bleeding lunatic? You'd have to open the entire thing all the way every time you wanted a teaspoon.
There you go. See that, Ballymun John? Did you think of that?
Yeah.
Did you think of that?
Did you think of that?
You're welcome.
Just because your kitchen faces north doesn't mean everything has to point that way. Get with it. Buy a compass. Sort out your life, you absolute looper.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Merlin Car Auctions. With 2 car auctions weekly, Tuesday and Friday mornings at 10:30. See merlin.ie.
You might be tempted to get out, and you should, by all means, absolutely, get out there, get a bit of fresh air into your lungs. Maybe you fancy going for a stroll in a park. All I'd say
be
is...
careful.
Just be careful.
The squirrels are gone mad.
Are they?
The squirrels are gone off now. The squirrels are gone mad.
Nuts.
Yeah, quite literally.
Thank you.
And worse than that, you might have seen there was a picture going around, sort of semi-viral there over the last couple of days, of a squirrel vaping in New York City in Central Park. And people thought
Vaping?
Yeah.
They've access to vapes now. Wow.
People thought that's kind of funny and everything,
Yeah.
But thought it was a once-off. No. Now there's pictures going around of squirrels in London vaping. So guess what's after happening?
Squirrel phenomenon.
Squirrel phenomenon. Squirrels are now vaping. So people are discarding their vapes, not very well. Squirrels are getting them. Because they smell fruity, unlike cigarettes and whatever, they think they're food, whatever. And then they start nibbling on it. And then they take a breath and they go, "Jeez, that's not bad." They take an L breath of it and they go, that's not so bad at all.
Can you get hooked on a vape? I know nothing about vapes.
You can.
Right.
So they nibble through it thinking there's fruit on that on the inside, and they get into the tobacco, and then they're getting hooked on the tobacco. And now they're nibbling on the vapes, looking to get the tobacco hit.
So
but they also like the liquid.
For the next hit.
Yeah, and some of them are getting very, very sick because they're like drinking the liquid and everything, Oh my God, you can't go anywhere now.
All I'm saying is that it makes them ill. It doesn't make them sort of like aggressive. They don't suddenly, become so kind of addicted to the next hit that they go and rob a granny or anything to try and get their hands on another vape.
I think you're missing the point, Jim. It's antisocial behaviour.
It is. I accept that.
It's only a matter of time now before we see squirrels in North Face jackets walking around or going on e-scooters and terrorising people. Yeah. And it's not the cigarettes that's the problem or the vaping that's the problem. It's the collective, it's the hooliganism of it all,
Because they could, you could be going for an innocent walk in the park, maybe on your particular vape, and they could be there literally lurking.
Are you finishing that, yeah?
Waiting for you.
Are you finishing that?
Exactly. Following you around, waiting for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Intimidating you, that sort of way, you know what I mean? Even if they don't physically attack, they might intimidate.
Yeah, they'll be there,
You know the way you get that with a seagull?
And squirrels even more so. They ran all the red squirrels out of the country already.
That's true.
Around Dublin and anyhow.
That's right.
Yes, they did.
Unreal.
And you're like that. I know what you're saying. You're saying the parks were the place you could go for safety. The coast is long gone. There's seagulls flying around with claws grabbing people and everything now. Now, I know they've webbed feet, but for the effect of the story, we're going to say claws.
Yeah.
And they're going around
So they're chasing food. That's their big thing. Obviously, the squirrels have gone
And now they're
vaping
they're
route.
on drugs. They're on everything now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't get to the pigeons, because you know the way you've often said, you know,
Humble pigeon.
the humble pigeon of Dublin in particular,
Yeah.
who has often had just the one leg but still managed to get their hands or their beaks on you know, cigarette butts and discarded pieces of poo and stuff.
That's it.
Discarded pieces of poo.
Discarded legs and poos. Don't they be doing
I mean,
it?
if they get onto the hard vape stuff.
I tell you, Jim, Ireland's gone to hell. My mother was right. We were better off 100 years ago. The animals now have gone mad now. You can't go down to the seaside. There's a seagull robbing your food. You can't go down into the city. There's a one-legged pigeon nibbling on a poo now, scaring the children and smoking a cigarette.
Tell you something.
And you can't go into the park now. The squirrels are eating the vapes.
Remember that terrible show that I watched years ago?
Yes, I do. And you kept
Zoo
watching.
or something, was it?
Yeah,
Is that what it's
Zoo
called?
it was called, where the animals work together to take over the
Yeah,
world.
the animals suddenly, I don't know what got into them, but they suddenly started to become, you know, aggressive and decided we don't need this human lot.
Yeah.
We should get rid of them or whatever. No, tell you, maybe it wasn't so stupid a show. Well, actually, it was a terrible show, but I still watched it till the end. But
Yeah, well.
but I'm just saying, maybe there was a hint of something in it.
I tell you something.
What's to come?
It's gone to hell. And the squirrels, I mean, it's not as if they bought those trees. They're council trees. They're living in council trees. They're not paying for them or anything. And now they're up there in their council trees, smoking vaping cigarettes. And all of that, you know, hanging around.
Unbelievable.
Absolute gougers is what they are. Do you ever see a squirrel paying for a nut? You certainly did not. Be tattoos now, North Face jackets. And do you think they're working for those North Face jackets?
Yeah, they'd be knockoff North Face jackets.
They'd be knockoff North Face. They're not legal either. I'm absolutely disgusted.
Glory Days. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
Let's do the birthdays, celebrity birthdays for this Friday, 27th of March. We're starting at the movies, but the other side of the camera, Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, right, yeah. Big
Although
old...
I say that, but sure, he appears in loads of his own movies, doesn't he? And
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he sort of drops himself into things here and there.
Yeah.
Whenever he needs a weirdo, he drops himself in.
he is a bit, isn't he?
More than a bit, yeah.
Visionary
he's
director and all that, but oddball.
strangest human being. He went to town on someone there recently. Was it Chalamet he went to town on?
Who?
Chalamet.
Oh, Timothy Chalamet. Right.
Was it him?
I don't know.
He went to town. No, it wasn't actually. Well, he called someone a terrible actor anyway. Right. And all the Hollywood people had to jump onto the whole thing and say, he's not actually awful, he's a fantastic
It wasn't your man that acted in alongside Daniel Day-Lewis, was it? Was your man? And he was in
That's
that
it.
famous scene in There Will Be Blood.
That's it. That's the fella, whoever he is.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and he called him all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
he absolutely.
Said he was
you're
an
right.
appalling, terrible actor and all that.
That's mad.
And everyone had to come out and say, you know, this fella, that fella, he's fantastic. And
Yeah.
don't you be minding old weirdo nose over there.
Yeah.
And
Now, the very fact that we can't even remember who the name of the actor is tells you everything you need to know about how good an actor he really is.
And honestly, I don't even care. I didn't care at the time. It's just
True.
I'm trying to think of a story for it, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
There's
yeah,
his
yeah.
name there, it's just been sent to me, and I still don't care who it is. So I'm going to say Quentin Tarantino is... I'm going to say...
Brilliant.
He's...
Do you know something? I say, if Paul Dano could have heard that, he might have been more offended by your remark than he was by Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, Quentin, who is he? I don't care anyway now.
I know, but like, you know, what does my head in is the information. I don't care.
There's not
You know,
enough room in there. You're right.
When I say, I don't know this, I never want to know it.
That's
it's
true.
Not, it's not like I'm looking
It's
for an
almost
answer.
like you say it because
I don't want to.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a reason I don't know.
There's a reason
I don't know it. As in, I never set out to find it.
Yeah, I don't give it sugar in a bowl. I don't care. You know?
It's a
And I
brilliant
forget
way.
that when you
A
say
brilliant
things
way.
here, sometimes people send you the answers. And then I'm even more upset. I don't care. I never cared. And now I know something I don't care about. I don't have the
It's
capacity.
okay. The good news is you'll have forgotten it. You've
Oh,
already
okay.
forgotten it, haven't you?
Paul.
Yeah,
I'm
there you
okay.
go. You forgot
other
half of it.
the other half
You
will
forgot
go.
half of it. Well
Yeah.
done.
So-
Anyway, Quentin Tarantino, in fairness, good movies. Kill Bill, Pulp
Brilliant.
Fiction, Django Unchained, all of that
Brilliant,
stuff.
brilliant movies. He's 66, I'd say.
Not bad. 63.
Ah, right,
63,
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino. Now, here's a throwback for you, man, right? Michael York is celebrating his birthday.
Michael York, I know that name.
Yeah, actor, right? Probably nowadays, to most people, best known for being in the Austin Powers movie. In movies.
Oh, right.
So he's like the boss in the Austin Powers movie. He's like the
Dr. Evil?
No, the head.
Oh, no, that's your man.
Like Austin Powers kind of boss in it. Do you know what I mean? That character.
Oh,
Do you know? Have you seen Austin Powers?
was it? What's his name again?
You're going to get information now if you don't hurry up and cop
Jesus.
on.
Yes, I know him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he would have been, he's one of those posh English actors from way back in the day, and he would have been, he's got that sort of like typical
yes.
hair you can't do a thing with.
Yes.
He has that look of a lad who'd have been in many a period drama in his time.
I do know who he is.
Was probably in the Three Musketeers since we mentioned that yesterday.
Yeah, he is. He's a real tough. Yeah, he's a super tough. Yeah, I do know him. I can't think of him from anything other than
Austin Powers, though.
Yeah, but I know that one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't think of him from anything except that one.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to because he acts the same way in all of them.
In all of them, yeah. Hello. Have you?
Yes. Austin, what do you mean?
Well, what do you mean? Why is this going this way? Yes, I don't know.
Did you ever watch Logan's Run? Apparently he was in something called Logan's Run.
Oh, I remember that years ago. Yeah, I do remember Logan's Run.
Yeah.
I can't remember him in that either.
Was that a sci-fi thing, was it? Logan's Run, no?
Oh, I thought it was about antiques.
Antiques?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it not?
I don't know, man.
An auction?
Yeah, you're not thinking of Lovejoy.
I am.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Tell you what, right, have this idea right now. And listen, hear me out. Have this idea right. It's an antique dealer in space, right? I tell you it could work, right? We got Michael York in, right? He could do it. Right? Oh my God! Extraordinary gift. This is an extraordinary gift this man has. It genuinely is. I'll tell you something. Creativity off the charts.
It's not, is it creativity? Or is it literally just not knowing what the name
now, Michael York is certainly no spring chicken.
Talking about. No, he's 81.
Even more or less than a spring chicken. 85.
Oh, God.
85. Right. Let's move swiftly on to the music, albeit not for the Nova Nation, but who doesn't know the name of diva Mariah Carey?
Ah, Mariah. Yes, good old Mariah Carey.
Mariah, who's struck fear into the heart of PJ Gallagher many times.
Yeah.
With literally no more than the opening bars of All I Want for Christmas.
And it has been.
And all of a sudden he's passed out.
And in another incantation or iteration of our lives.
We're into the incantations now, are we? Anyway, sorry. We've what?
In another incantation of our lives.
Yeah.
It used to be the song that started all of Christmas for us.
Oh, yeah.
And it did multiple years in a row, and that really
it was always going to be
hate.
either that or Fairy Tale were going to be the first Christmas song you heard.
Every year. And it was
year.
the beginning of the relentless embodiment of annoyance that is that horrendous festival every year for a long time. And I'm not a huge fan, to put it mildly.
Now, Mariah Carey herself, in fairness, apart from annoying you with that, she has the full diva thing going on.
Yeah, I remember one story, I hope it's true, that she used to only like to sign autographs on one particular table. She just loved this table. An antique.
And it had to go around the world with her.
And it had to travel around the world with her.
Was Michael York there?
Michael York was there. I have your table.
Yeah. From space.
Yes, your space table is here, my man. my madam.
Because, she's the one who, wasn't it her that wanted kind of rooms painted in an exact shade of a kind of an off-white colour
to make her feel comfortable and at home and all this. Crazy stuff, the ultimate diva,
mad.
But that's almost something to, it's such Wicked Witch sort of qualities. It's
something
kind of
to
hilarious.
aspire to be that powerful.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. Influential. That you can literally make a hell. And obviously posh hotels to begin with.
Yes.
Proper 5-star, luxury suites.
And you can say this nonsense.
No, it's lovely and all, but I want the colours changed.
And they just do it.
And they
People
just do it. Extraordinary.
I want every waiter to have a black currant up his nose. And they'll do it. So I'm going to say... who's it? Mariah Carey. I gotta say, Mariah Carey is 52. She's 52.
A little bit older, 57. One, again, not really for the Nova Nation, to be fair, but Fergie is celebrating her birthday today. Stacey Fergie Ferguson of the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, I thought you meant Sarah Ferguson there for a minute. She got stripped of her Yorkage. She's no longer the dirty York.
Dirtess
of York. The Duchess.
Yeah, she's no longer the dirty Elwyn of York.
Yeah, she's not. No, they took
anymore.
her title, yeah.
As a result of Andrew getting his one.
Yeah, the Epstein letters to, and all that. Her letters to Epstein.
Did you ever get around to listen to that book I was telling you about?
I never
The
did.
fall of the
No, I never
House
did.
of Windsor or whatever
I'm
they call
going
it.
to get into it. I have a few credits there, so I think I'll get into it. I'll start it
Now,
today.
it's very fact heavy. There's a lot of kind of just, statements, whatever. But in among it, it is like, there is a few wow moments.
Yeah. And that's, I was telling you, I was listening to one very like it, the story of Dunn's
Oh,
stories.
right, yeah. No, I need to get around to that.
Very good. It's like that. It's very fact heavy, so it can be hard to pay attention sometimes. But when the big stories come, they come with a wallop. Like,
they're worth it.
Scrat Gas, Ireland's version of a royal family is the Dunn's Stores group. I'm going to say
Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas.
From Black Eyed Peas. I don't know much about him. So 50.
Well, it's a her for a start, but anyway.
This is a whopper today.
It's a good one today.
This is a whopper.
I don't know much about him.
This is a whopper, really.
It's good today, I tell you.
This is a walloper of a mistake.
It's brilliant.
So you know I stayed up late to watch the match last night.
I think this will be a podcast. I'm not recording anything else. I'm just going to say, here, put that out. Because nobody's going to believe it unless they hear it again. But anyway, so Stacey Ferguson from the Black Eyed Peas is
62.
51. Right, let's move on to the sport. We can't go wrong with the sport. And especially when it's a sport that you're so knowledgeable about.
It's a boxer, isn't it?
No, it's the whole motorsport world.
F1, right?
Yeah, David Coulthard.
Oh, David Coulthard, right.
Yeah.
Well, he was around the time of the Schumachers and all.
Yeah. Described here as cube-headed Scottish ex-Formula 1 driver.
It's not something you put on a dating profile, is it?
No.
Cube-headed Scotsman.
I do get it. He does have a strong jaw.
He does have a big, strong jaw. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, and how would you get a helmet like to fix a cube of a head? Because they are just,
Yeah, because normally, like once you get it over the top part of your head, which is normally the widest bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You cross your forehead. And
around the crown.
After that, then it's a straight slide down. You don't expect it to have to flare out again.
No, it's like a bucket. It's like an upside down bucket. That's what his helmets are like.
Exactly.
Baron Iron
That's
blood.
probably what he had to do.
Yeah. Can you just do it like it's a bucket, please?
He must be the only bloke that ever walked into a helmet maker and went, "Can you just let it out a bit at the bottom?"
There's no edges in it. Let it out a bit at the bottom and put in some edges. Yeah.
Or else maybe you put it on him and then you kind of you can't really have a flip top one because you can't like side to side. You can't have it hinged at the top.
Yeah,
where it just clips on from either side.
No, you'd have to make it in a mould, like those moulds that you use to get other parts of your body done. I gotta say,
David Coulthard
is 58.
Not quite, 55. What about this on the football? Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Oh yeah,
I always associate him with Chelsea.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
Dutch footballer, of course, various clubs.
Was he in Spurs though? No, he wasn't. No,
I don't think Spurs. I mean, it has weird ones listed here, like Northampton Town. Oh, no, he's the manager there.
Oh right,
and whatever. But yeah, I always associate him with Chelsea.
Yeah, it was the Chelsea back in the day. Now, back when Chelsea were actually good. That's a while ago. I got to say, Jim Floyd, he's 46, is he? No,
he's 54.
For God's sake.
54.
Yeah.
Look, you can't go wrong with this, right?
Right.
Your beloved Dubs.
Oh, go on.
Okay. And during their pomp as well.
Yes.
Keane O'Sullivan,
yeah.
8-time All-Ireland winner.
He came into us here.
Did he?
Didn't he? Do you not remember, no?
I can't remember.
Wasn't a great interview. But he's a very nice fella. Very nice fella. He had to do the whole... You know when you're talking to the Dubs lads, especially in Jim Gavin's era.
During that era, they were very
so
much
strictly
like,
controlled.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was no go on and have the crack and go on and be yourself. They were very controlled, I think.
Yeah.
So when we got him,
great fellas now, lovely fellas.
Oh, the nicest of lads. And he came into us and he was great and we all got on. He was great. He was very fashionable sort, I remember. Yeah. And he was chatting away to us and then the mics went on and he was like, well, it's been a great season. It's great to work with the lads and the lads are fantastic lads and we're all pulling together and we're hoping for the media training.
We're taking nothing for granted and we'll do our best.
Yeah, so before we play them and beat them, can we have 3 cheers for Mayo? Hip hip. You know what I mean? So and it's not his fault because he is a lovely bloke. But they just, I think they're
all absolutely sound.
But I remember him doing the interview like, oh jeez, because they're just.
Yeah, he was only short of taking out notes that Jim gave him before he came in.
Yeah.
Do not say anything about it.
I'd like to read you a statement from Jim Gavin.
Right.
He's what age is he now? He's
Come on, finish with him.
39.
38.
You've been listening to Glory Days, the best of Radio Nova's Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. Catch the show live weekdays 6 to 10 on FM, online at nova.ie, or on the Nova app.